Hey everybody, it's PJ from Wisconsin Airgunners. It's a beautiful day here down in Central Florida, and we are going to be doing a box to bench video on the AirMaks KRAiT. This one's in 22 caliber, sent to me by my friends at Utah Airguns. I've been shooting an AirMaks KRAiT for about 9 months now. Now that one's a 177 compact bottle, and let me tell you, it is one of the most accurate pesting guns I own. So I have high hopes for the KRAiT, and well, we're going to find out if it can, well, deliver on what I think it promises. I want to shout out to Justin and Austin at Utah Airguns, because if it wasn't for their support, I wouldn't be able to bring this information to you guys today. So big shout out to Utah Airguns, and if you need anything from AirMaks, that'd be one of my first stops. So we're gonna get this out of the case, kind of take a look at the features and what's in the box, and then tomorrow I'm gonna head out to the Donnie FL range and put some pellets in it, put some air in it, and shoot those suckers down range so you guys can see just why I'm so excited about this. See you in a minute. All right, well, it's not a box to bench without taking it out of the box, so let's see what we've got inside. Using the box as a makeshift table here may not be the best choice in the world, but that's what we're going to go with. Boy, and would you look at this. Well, for those of you who are fans of compact air guns, you are absolutely gonna love this. Oh my God. Wow. All right. I'm gonna try not to knock anything over here. Oh man, that is some kind of awesome. You got the Utah Airguns logo over on this side and the Wisconsin Airgunners logo over on that side. Justin, Austin, guys at Utah Airguns, thank you very much. That's an awesome touch. I wasn't expecting that. Wow. All right, that made my day. So let's take a peek at some of the features. This is a regulated air gun. Magazine goes into the back there. It is a side lever cocking air gun, so back and forward. That's a nice, about a 90-degree throw on that. Very easy to manage. Based on the cutouts, it is reversible, so that's a good feature. The safety is, for me as a right-handed shooter, on the thumb side, which is where it should be, my opinion. And that looks also to be reversible. It does fill with a probe, goes through here or here. It looks like you could fill that from either side. I would say a Foster is my favorite, but I can live with a probe. You've got your pressure gauge up front and your regulator pressure here. Looks like I'm regulated at about 90 bar. So it'll be interesting to see what the velocity does on that. In terms of rails, you've got your Picatinny scope rail up top, and then you have right and left Picatinny accessory rails. Could see myself using a flashlight there for a little night hunt. And then you have a short Picatinny rail there, and that's obviously great for bipod. The trigger guard comes off. And I saw a card in there. It looks like AirMaks makes an extended trigger Picatinny rail, so that's an option. On the back end, the cheek piece is adjustable. This goes up and down, and the way it's rolled, while I would say it is made for a right-handed shooter, it could certainly be used for a left-handed shooter. And it looks like you got about an inch of travel there. The butt pad, you loosen that, and I'm gonna say you got a solid 2.5 inches of travel there. I believe that's your hammer spring screw. That's nice and tool free, really easy to work with. And I think you could probably move this rubber part. You might be able to move that up and down. I'm not sure about that, but we'll certainly find out. It certainly shoulders really nice. And man, that is a compact gun. Holy cow. They do have kind of a stacked baffle system out in front of the barrel. And then you have a thread protector. And that's going to be UNF, half-inch UNF thread for a moderator, if you decide you need one. And hate to disturb the silence, but that's not really very loud at all. A little bit of a snap. Could probably be toned down just a little bit, but that's not bad at all. It says 60 cc here. I'm going to assume that that's talking about plenum size. Because obviously you've got a 380 bottle up front. Just a nice little package. So we're going to get a scope mounted on this for tomorrow, load up with some pellets, and take it out to the range so that we can show you guys what it does grouping. See you in a bit. Welcome to the bench. What have we done since yesterday? Well, the first task was to get a scope mounted. I've chosen the Element Optics Helix 4-16. It's a first focal plane scope, which has a number of benefits. Number one, the first focal plane allows me to make really accurate on-the-fly windage calls or adjustments, because regardless of what magnification I'm at, that reticle is going to stay the same size. And 1 mil on the reticle is 1 mil on the dial. Speaking of those turrets, I know I can trust the turrets on this gun, so that makes me happy. They've always repeated for me, never failed. I really think that the 4-16 is the perfect range for a pest scope. If I want to put an add-on like the Pard, it doesn't have too much base magnification to cause a problem there. And 16 is plenty of magnification to reach out for longer shots if that's what's on the menu for the day. This is a compact air gun, but that doesn't mean that I expect I can't take long shots with it. Using its cousin, the Katran, mine is in 177. I've hit 13 stripers out past 60 yards with no problem, so I expect that this will do well in 22 cal at long ranges. It is a pellet gun. AirMaks has designed it as a pellet gun. Yes, you could feed slugs through it. Maybe lighter slugs would shoot and group for you, but my advice, if you're looking at this, is to look at it as a pellet gun. I do have a bipod mounted. I'm using one from Scandinavian Airguns. It was one that they were kind enough to give me last year at RMAC, and it's a great lightweight option. So I've got that set up on here. Once I had the scope mounted, I did take the time to adjust the cheek riser, and I also adjusted the length of pull so that it's comfortable for me shooting from the bench. Obviously, the length of pull adjustment and where the scope is mounted have to be in concert so you're getting the right eye relief. Otherwise, you're not going to see the full image in the scope, and at high magnifications, you'll start to see some white ghosting, which usually is an issue of eye relief and kind of vertical or horizontal orientation of the scope, not so much the scope. We've also put air in the gun, so we can show you real quickly how that works. Basically, you've got a probe like this that's going to go in the side of the gun right behind the air gauge. Then you're going to attach your fill whip. Foster fitting just goes right on there. Give her some air. And then you're done. This guy just comes out, and then you want to really make sure you got a safe spot. I actually use like a medicine bottle for that, but there's little plastic parts containers you can get. This is the most important thing if you want my opinion. Label them, because you wind up with a couple of different probes and then you can't remember which gun they go for, and you're trying to put the right probe in the wrong gun or the wrong gun with the right probe, whatever. It doesn't work. So make sure that you've got that situated. The other thing that I did is I changed the cocking handle. It was set up on the left side, which for a right-handed shooter, sometimes you like it right there close. It gives you a quick, I don't have to take my hand off the grip kind of action, and there's some upside to that. From a consistency standpoint, I typically have my guns set up where the charging handle is on the right side, so I switched it over. And I'll throw some video in here so you can see how it works. But basically, all you have to do is take this pin, well, it's a screw with a pin on the bottom of it. So you take that out, and then you pull down ever so slightly on that handle, and the whole two-part lever is going to come free. And then you go over on the other side, you kind of flip it upside down, you orient it to the pin that's coming out of the cocking block on the right side of the gun, and then you line the back up with the hole that's over here, and you screw that back down just right in there. Once you have that done, all you have to do is unthread, and that handle will be, you know, on the top side. So unthread it from the top side, and then thread it in from the bottom side. Super easy. Actually, probably takes longer to set up the camera than it does to actually do the job. So really simple. I have a magazine loaded. I'm going to put a camera down range at this target is at about 31.8 yards or something like that. So I have zeroed there, and we're going to shoot a couple of 5-shot groups. Hope that the wind cooperates, so we'll see. All right, so I've got a camera set up downrange, ready to record the hits on target. Trying to figure out exactly what the wind is doing today. I'm getting some breeze kind of breathing back at me. The majority of the wind is coming from behind me, going out to the woods. And then downrange, I'm actually seeing a little bit of a left to right push. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on at any given time. Here it comes in towards me, which is really nice and refreshing. But I'd like to give you guys a good view of what this gun does in a consistent wind. So I will do my best to read that for you, and we'll see what it looks like downtown. Downtown? Downrange. It's always hard to get a group when the actual target backer is moving a little bit. Well, all those are definitely minute a squirrel, so happy with that. I think we're going to push it out to 50 and see what happens there. We got camera set up downrange at 50 yards, so let's see what she does there. That wind is tough. Well, all wind is tough. It dropped 3 and then it shifted on me coming back this way. And then it dropped 2 to the left. Those are just about at, well, those are probably over an inch apart. That first group, 1, and then I dropped 5 into the same hole just below it. You guys have already seen this, so not telling you anything you don't know. We're gonna, I got 5 rounds left in the magazine. Didn't mention this before, it's a 16 round magazine, so you've got 16. I'm gonna take one more. I'm going to shoot below where those groups are. Just going to wait for this wind to run its course, and then I'm going to take 5. All right, so I rushed that a little bit to try to get it all in the same wind. That last one might have dropped just a little bit more than I'd like, but with really about weird winds today anyway, coming and going out of the trees, that's what you can expect. So let me put some of those up on the board so you can see up on the board. I'm not teaching today. Now, let me put those up. Let's look first at the best group at 30 yards. And then let's put up the best group at 50 yards. Well, I guess it's that time where we wrap things up a little bit. What do I think about the KRAiT? Man, hard to find a more lightweight, compact airgun that is just simple, straightforward, ready to shoot. I did this whole test today without a moderator, and honestly, I would call it backyard friendly even without a moderator. Now, you know that I'm going to do some experimentation down the road, and I'll let you guys know. Super easy to put a bipod on because you've already got the pick rails all set up. But if you go without the pick rail, you know, it is super light in the hand, very well balanced right around the hand grip, so you can just pull it back in. You know, you have adjustments right out of the box in terms of cheek adjustment as well as length of pull. You can swap it back and forth to make it as ambidextrous as you like. I do think in a left-hand configuration, yeah, there's probably, depending on your length of pull, a chance that you might hit the magazine with, you know, with your cheek as you set it up. But I think you could pull the length of pull out and avoid that entirely. So if that's a concern to you, I don't think you need to be concerned. You've got ample pick rails for any number of accessories that you might want to add. I didn't do a full top to bottom shot string, but I was getting at least 3 magazines before I really felt like I was getting close to that regulator level. So I'm going to say you're getting at least 50 shots before you need to refill. And by the way, it fills to 300 bar, and today I was only filling to 250 bar. So there's an undiscovered country on the top end of that I haven't played with today, and that's simply a function of the tank having 250 bar in it. So that's what I filled to. You know, the magazine is good. It does go to kind of an open zero spot. So if you're not counting your shots or looking at the little numbers, because it does have numbers kind of embossed into the cassette wheel, you can get to a place where you're out of ammo, but the bolt will still function. You'll still be shooting. You can feel it differently. There's less drag without a pellet going in. So hopefully it doesn't happen too often, but that is a possibility. The magazines themselves are well made. At least the outside is all metal. I think the inside is a plastic. I like how easy to load they are. You load them one at a time, and if you mess one up, you know, you drop one in backwards or whatever, super easy to just shake that one out and then get back in business. You don't have to unload the whole magazine or half the magazine to get that. I believe, looking at it, their magazines across the Katran and the KRAiT are interchangeable. So if you've got one, you've already got mags for the other. Don't 100% quote me on that, but looking at them and knowing how my 177 Katran magazines work, they look the same. So I think you're okay there. I don't have my trigger scale with me down here in Florida, so I can't give you a trigger weight on that. But I can give you some chronograph numbers.
870.26.7. 872.26.9 879.27.3 875.27.0 875.27.0 870.26.7 870.26.7 877.27.1 872.26.9 875.27.0 872.26.9
So there's a 10-shot string with a spread less than 10 feet per second and a 3.2 standard deviation. This is straight out of the box with a brand new gun that's had less than a couple of magazines through it. My opinion, that's a pretty solid result. This isn't the last time you guys are going to see this gun. My intent is to come back with another video, this time more maybe hunting focused, because this just screams take me out on the pests. So expect to see that in the coming months, over the summer probably. Just got to get out with it, get to know it a little better, and start capturing some footage. All right, for my friends who are more paper punchers, I'm going to do a 5-shot group with domed pellets. These are 18 grains. Wouldn't you know, run the magazine dry. Wow. Wow. What a group. Let's go down and measure that one. Maybe take a walk with me, in case there's anybody who doubts that we're really at 50 yards. Beautiful day. Beautiful day to shoot. So this is the one we just shot. These were some changing the scope over from the Hades to the domes. This is the one I shot off camera just before bringing you guys in, and then that's the one I shot afterwards. So that's two. Wait for the wind to die. You know, every pellet is susceptible to wind, but two groups. Wow. Awesome. You might have caught the muzzle brake I was using on that last series, and it's a prototype, but what do you guys think? Would you like to see it in production? Let me know in the comments so I can give the boss feedback. I hope the video has been of use to you guys, informative, if not entertaining. And if you have questions about our new friend, please put them in the comments below. You guys subscribing, encouraging other people to subscribe, and sharing videos and stuff like that, not only does it make a big difference to the channel in terms of growth, and therefore companies willing to send more stuff my way so that I can report out to you guys what I'm finding. But when you guys leave a positive comment or hit that like button or subscribe to a video, that actually it has a positive impact on me as well personally. And so I want to thank you guys for your watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, all those good things. And if you're interested at all in the KRAiT, give my friends over at Utah Airguns a shout, because I know the folks over there will take good care of you if this is an air gun that you think should be in your stable. And I'm glad she's in mine. So until the next video, everybody, shoot safe, shoot straight, and we'll see you around.